Hey, hello guys, good morning. This is Sunil Patel and I am a lead data scientist with more than 14 years of experience in the industry as a working professional. And today we are going to do a live project for this employee attrition prediction uh, using HR data. And it's a beginner level project. So I'll walk you through with the end-to-end steps. We will do this project step by step to find the prediction using the HR data. So when we start working on any HR project, first and foremost, the very important thing we need to do, that is formulating the business problem. So when we work on any data science project, first we need to understand what is the exact problem we want to identify and we want to address in our project. So in this step, you can see here, I have already formulated the business problem in the form of business problem statement. And let me read this statement for you so that you can understand it better. Employee attrition is a critical issue faced by organizations, leading to increased recruitment cost, loss of knowledge, and decreased productivity. Understanding the factor that contribute to employee attrition and being able to predict which employee are at risk of leaving is vital for implementing proactive retention strategy. So the goal of this project is to develop a predictive model that accurately identify employee who are likely to leave the company. This model will enable the HR department to take timely action to improve employee satisfaction and reduce attrition rate, ultimately leading to a more stable and productive workforce. So hope you guys understand what I have read here. This statement is telling organization facing this attrition problem naturally, but this organization has taken a proactive initiative to control the attrition in future and at present. So they reach out to this data science team or data science department and request them to build the predictive model. Which model can identify the future employee who are at risk and who are planning to leave the organization. So hope you guys understand how we formulate the business problem and why it is very important to formulate the business problem. Until and unless you are not able to formulate the business problem, you will not start thinking about the solution, right? Hope you all with me so far. Yes?
Yes,
Okay, let's move with the second step. Once you are able to formulate this business problem, then your second step is getting the data. You request the company to ask the data which you can use to build the data science project. So you request it for a data, company provided a data, and then you start understanding the data based on given data description. So here you can see uh, company has provided data and this data has these kind of features. First one is employee number. It's a unique identity for each employee, gender, male, female, education, which level of education they have done, education field, in which field they have done their education, job roles, departments, age group, work location, attrition. Attrition, it means it's a classification kind of data, binary data, yes or no, right? So it's a binary variable. And this is our target variable, by the way, right? Attrition date, when they have left the organization, attrition level, dynamic date, age, average satisfaction score. It means company has done some kind of survey, and on the basis of that survey, they have given the average satisfaction score for each employee. An employee count, environment satisfaction, work environment. It's a work environment satisfaction, by the way. Attrition count. Some people have left organization and sometimes they join again. And that's a kind of variable it is, rejoining the company, right? So this is the attrition count. Job involvement. So a score representing the level of environment or the engagement the employee has in their job. Job satisfaction, monthly income. I'm reading these features quickly because you people are naturally understand the definition of these feature. So performance rating, relationship satisfaction, work-life balance, last evaluation, the score from the employer, last performance evaluation. It means company has done evaluation frequently, and on the basis of that, they have given the score, the performance score, number of project, how many project they are handling, average monthly hours, how many hours they are working in a month, work accident. A binary variable indicate whether the employee has experienced a work-related accident. Sometime it happened in the organization, and promotion last 5 years. A binary variable indicate whether the employee has been promoted in the last 5 years, yes or no. Right? So these are the variable available in our data set. So let's move and start working on the project based on these two things. First one is understanding the business problem, and second one, understanding the given data. And on the basis of this, we will follow these kind of steps to do this project. First, we understand the data, then data pre-processing, exploratory data analysis, feature engineering, model building, model evaluation, deployment, and finally building a report. So let's go and start doing the project here. So in the very first step, I set up this Kaggle environment to interact with the data sources. So I use these two library, NumPy and Pandas. These library handling the different data data sources. So I have set up this environment to deal with the directory where my data is stored. So let me run this cell of code quickly and we see it's working or not. Yeah, so it's working fine. Here you can see these are the two data sets. One is HR new data and HR attrition data. And we will understand these data in our first step. So as you already aware about this, right? We use the pandas library. This is the panda library. We use this panda library to import or load the data. So here you can see after running this line of code, I got this data. So this data is showing this employee, gender, education, fields, blah, blah, blah. And we have already read this features, but let's see quickly what are the different values available in these uh, columns. So here you can see work location, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Noida, Pune, Mumbai. Okay, it means it's a data for India location only. And here you can see job satisfaction, environment satisfaction. Okay, these are the ratings available in the numbers. So it means this data is look like some data are in number value and some data having a text or we can say a classification value, right? So let's see and check the information of this data. So I run this code and we see some data has an objective object and some data have an integer. So here you can see the total columns are 26 in this data and 2 is float, 12 integer and 12 objective. Sorry, my bad, object kind of data. And let's read the second data because we have two data sets. So the second data and check this data again. So this data have these kind of values: employee ID, last evaluation, number of projects, average monthly hours, work accident, and promotion last 5 years. So these data having some kind of different HR information. And let's go and check this info. So this data have one object, 4 integer, and 1 float. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to understand that this data have common feature, that here is employee ID and here is employee number. So these two features have a same unique ID, E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E7, E1, E4, E5. Okay, so we will go and merge this data set based on this common ID or unique ID. So let's go and merge these two data first. Done. Done. Here you can see we have already, okay, this. So we have merged these two data sets, and on the basis of that, we will check. So here we can see some feature look like repetitive features. Here, attrition, and employee ID, employee number, and some feature uh, look like uncommon kind of feature, which will not more contribute towards predicting the model. It means date doesn't uh, help us to identify or predict the future attrition. So we will treat these unuseful common features or columns later. But let's see and check the target variable. Here you can see I have used this line of code to see how many yes or no. It means how many employee has left the organization and how many doesn't. So here you can see yes are 237 and no is 1234. It means around 15 hundreds of data points, but 237 left the organization and 1233 doesn't do that. So let's go and do next step to do the EDA. So I have just using these two plots or two kind of graphs to understand the data. The very first one is distribution and the second one is histogram. So look, I have already written the code, but let me explain for you. I just simply use the uh, simply use two library. First one is matplotlib and second one is seaborn. And here I just define the figure value, the plot value size, and which plot we want to use, that is count plot, and title, and just show the plot. This is the first one. The second one, I use work location, department, job role, and education to plot this count plot again, and I use this histogram to run and generate the plot for numerical feature. So let me run this cell of code and let's see. Here we go. So you can see here attrition we have already seen before as well. 1200 something, 1200 people uh, uh, are there in no, and around 237 people fall in yes. Distribution of work location. So Bangalore, it means the top location where more employee working, that is Bangalore, and then Mumbai, then Noida, then Hyderabad, Pune, and Delhi. So these are the locations and department. R&D on top. It means out of 1,500 people, something 500 people are in R&D department, and then sales and less people are in HR department. Job role distribution. So we need to just improvise this plot, but we can simply see sales people are on top, research people on second. So here you can see we have just seen the different distribution of job role. And then education, associate degree people, bachelor degree people are on top, then associate degree, and then master degree, then doctoral degree, and high school. So this is the distribution. So basically, using these different plots, what we are doing, we are trying to understand the nature of the feature available in our data set so that we can think about those feature which contributing more to predict the future attrition. So on the basis of this, you can see, let me plot another graph and chart for attrition versus other columns. So here you can see work location. Yes. So on top, which location on top? Bangalore. Around 53 people has left in Bangalore, then Mumbai, then Pune, and I think Hyderabad, Noida, and Delhi are equally distributed amongst the people who left the organization. And then department versus attrition. So you can see R&D department on top because many people are working in R&D, and then sales, and then HR. Job role versus attrition. So here you can see simply, if I focus on a specific job role, so sales and HR, here you can see an representative of sales. These people are living organization in comparison to other department. And then go with education. So the people who hold the bachelor degree are living organization more, and then associate degree, then master degree, and then high school, and then doctoral. Age wise, we can see the people who are in between 25 to 38, the people who are in between 27 something, 27 to 37, leaving the organization more, right? And people are also working more than 60 uh, age, right? Here you can see, but they are simply showing as an outlier, right? Monthly income, the people who are getting salary between 25,000, 2,500 to 5,000, 6,000, 2,500 to $6,000 per month. They are leaving the organization more. And then job satisfaction, the people, it's obviously the people who have less satisfaction, they leave the organization more. So you can see, using these graphs and charts, we understand the nature of the different features. After understanding the nature and the type of features, we will go and do the data pre-processing. So on the basis of your experience and your knowledge in this particular domain, in HR domain, you have decided to do the data processing based on your past experience. So first, it's a very common. People see how many null values are there in the columns. So you can see simply attrition date having a null value, dynamic date having a null value, attrition count having a null value. But if you are not having the experience how to do the data science project, definitely either you will go and drop these values or you will treat these values. You can do these things, but I will say, if you have experience, you simply see whether attrition count will uh, help us to predict the attrition or not. Dynamic date will help us to predict the attrition or not. Basically, I just want to tell you, if you have experience, you will decide which column I should keep in my data set and which should I left or remove from my data set. So on the basis of my experience, I can say I'm a HR person. I have a past experience in HR as well, and currently I am a data scientist. So I decided these are the columns out of all 32 features. I have just simply select those features which help me to do the prediction model. So I decided to keep this gender, education field, job role, department, work location, attrition, age, average satisfaction, monthly income, salary, relationship satisfaction, work-life balance, last evaluation, number of project, average monthly hours, work accident, and promotion last 5 years. So I simply created a data frame, same DF, and just select these features. So let me run this column. Let me run this cell. Okay. And now check. Cool. So you can see there is no null value. All feature or column have 1470 data points. And now I have to treat these object data type, because the model doesn't understand the categorical data. It always understand the continuous and numerical data. So let's see how we can do that. So first, again, for safer side, the people do this, drop the null value. We don't have null value, but still, let's run this code. Okay, now what I need to do, I need to convert, I need to select the categorical data first. So I have created this list of columns, which are the categorical columns. And now I use just simply get dummy, pd dot get dummy, to convert these categorical features into numerical features. And now I just convert this attrition column into 0 and 1, because it having yes or no. So I just convert 0 and into 0 and 1. Okay, let's run this code, working, and now I check. So you can see here, our data set has given Boolean value, float value, and integer value, right? All values are numerical kind of data set. Now we are going to do the scaling of our data, standard scaling, because some data point are having more value. It means our data falling in huge range, salary 2,500 to till 1 lakh, right? And age 25 to 60. So we just wanted to scale our data so that our machine can understand the data properly. So I use this standard scaler function, which is available in sklearn library, to scale our data set. So let me scale age, monthly income, percentage salary hike, average hours, last evaluation, and number of project. And then we go to build the model. So you know which library we people generally use to do this modeling? sklearn, right? sklearn library has this train test split kind of function to split our data. Before that, we just um, divide our data into form. First one is all feature, independent features, and second one is dependent feature, which is our target variable. So we use X and Y to divide all data in these two category. And then we split our data in two form, test and training, X train, X test, Y train, Y test, using this train test split function. And here we give X and Y. And here we give the ratio to divide our data, and then random value, so that we get the same value when we run this model again. So let me run this piece of code. Done. We have divided our data set in two category, and then we will train our model. So I use this random forest classifier. There are so many classification models, linear regression, sorry, logistic regression, SBM, and so many. But here, on the basis of my own experience, I just want to go with this random forest classifier. So I use this ensemble library, sklearn.ensemble library, and use this import this random forest classifier model. And then I just initiate this model, random forest classifier, with this random state, and then fit this model to our train data. Model.fit xtrain ytrain. And then we train our model. So let me run this piece of code and let's check. Boom, it's trained, because we have very less data points, only 1,422 something data points we have. So that's why it's just trained very fast. And let's go and evaluate the model. So we use these different metrics, sklearn metrics, accuracy, confusion metrics, classification reports, and blah, blah. And on the basis of this, we will evaluate this model. So I just want to go and use this model.predict and give our text data to predict the outcome. So using this by predict, I simply test the model performance, by test with these predictions, and we will generate the evaluation report. So let me run this piece of code and we check what it does. Here we go. See? Oh, my bad. What happened? Something wrong? Just give me a second. Let me run this code again. Just wait. It works quickly because it's a very small data set. Cool. So here you can see this data is giving around 95% of accuracy. See, 95% of accuracy. And here you can say it's giving so nice of F1 score, because in the classification model, our most important performance metrics is F1 score. So it's giving around 97% of accuracy. 95%. Okay, 95% of accuracy. So we can see this model is a good model, which help us to do the prediction in future. So we can go and deploy this model in prediction because it's giving a very nice performance, very good performance. So let me show you how to do that. The deployment. In deployment, we use this joblib library, import joblib, and we need to just uh, save our model in this pickle file, .pkl pickle file. And on the basis of that, you can just deploy your model. So once you dump this model using this joblib library, your model will get deployed in production environment. So let me run this code and check whether this Kaggle allow us to do that. Yes, your model is deployed and you can load this model using joblib.pickle file, and you can see your model is there. So let me run this code. Here we go. Your model has deployed and you can load your model. You can give your new data set, and after giving your new data set, you can get the prediction. So this is the end-to-end data science project which help you to do the future prediction for those employees who are in risk and who can leave the organization in future. So here we have done step by step end-to-end employee attrition prediction model, and hope you guys understand how we can do this real world data science project in future. So I can say the most important part in this project or in this live session is here you can understand how to do the real world project step by step. And not even that, I can say this particular live session will help you to understand how data scientists or data science professional approach towards doing the real world project in real environment. Though there are lot of things we also need to include when we work in real world environment, which we have already addressed in our previous live sessions, that like how to do the documentation, how to create the project charter, how to do the project initiation document, how to build the project progress chart, and how to create the presentation deck. All these points we have already covered in our previous live session, which we done, I think, for loan prediction project. And if you want to see that, you can go and check that live session video in our YouTube channel. So thank you so much, guys, for your uh, time to join this session today. And definitely in our next session or next live session, we will do another real life project end to end, and you will learn some more things in that particular session. So thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye. See you soon.